I am Dr. Amit Akshini and I'm a dermatologist practicing in Bangalore. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and that is under eye care. And under eye care is not just under eye dark circles or bags, but also about how to keep your eyes and make your eyes look healthy and bright. Just to go very quickly onto what are the causes of under eye pigmentation, under eye bags, or under eye dark circles. We all know there are multiple reasons. One of them is heredity, that is, it runs in the family. The second is due to lack of sleep and lifestyle changes. It could be iron deficiency, it could be dehydration, it could be smoking or alcohol. It could be because of aging. We notice a lot of bags under eye due to aging, during menopause, multiple reasons. But why do we see so much change under the eye? You need to remember that there are two very important factors. One is that there are very few oil glands which are there under the eye. And because the oil glands are less, we always need extra moisturization and hydration under the eye. And the second thing is, if you feel the skin under and over the eye, it's extremely thin and fragile. Now, this thin skin is because we have less collagen deposition over there and less fat, due to which the blood vessels are far more visible. So if there is poor blood circulation around the eye, if there is any other causes where the blood vessels dilate or increase in size, or if the blood oozes out of those fragile blood vessels, is when we notice pigmentation or bluish discoloration under the eye. So multiple causes and multiple reasons. Today I'm here to discuss mainly about how do we take care of this. And I'm going to divide it into very, very simple protocol that you can follow. Simple things which in your day-to-day life you can incorporate and probably get much better resolution of your under eye problems. I'm going to talk in terms of 5s today, and the 5 home care remedies that you can take and do to reduce those lines and bags under the eye. The first is use of tea bags. I'm sure you must have read and heard a lot about it. Just to tell you in brief, green tea especially is very rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory agents. So what happens is that when your eyes are extremely tired or you've used them all through the day, there are a lot of reactive oxygen species which collect under the eye, and they cause a little more increase in pigmentation. Plus, there's also a lot of inflammation. Now, all this can be reduced by using the tea bags, because tea bags contain antioxidants. They contain polyphenols which increase the blood circulation and remove the stagnant blood and oxygen which is there under the eye. Also, tea is known to reduce ultraviolet light damage, which happens basically due to collagen degradation. So as I had spoken in my earlier videos, where ultraviolet light can degrade the collagen, and that causes development of lines, wrinkles, and even sagging. So this green tea can reduce that because it reduces the ultraviolet damage onto the skin and collagen degradation. Now, how do you do it? It's very simple. Soak 2 tea bags for about 3 to 5 minutes in warm water. Just squeeze out the extra water and put it in the refrigerator. Chill it for about 20 minutes. Squeeze it again if you feel there is extra water. Just apply those cooled out eye bags on your eyes for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can turn it again to get the coolness much more after 15 minutes. So about half an hour you can keep them on your eyes just before you go to sleep. Remember that it should also cover the under eye. So it's not just over the eye but also under eye, where we want increase in blood circulation. Do this for about half an hour every alternate day, and you will see a lot of reduction, not just in the bags but also in the pigmentation. And with subsequent usage, it is also noted that caffeine can reduce development of lines and wrinkles too. So do try this. The second thing is cold compresses. Basically, we need to cool down the area around the eye. Because of increased blood circulation, especially in professionals who do a lot of near vision work, like software professionals, now even children who are constantly in front of the computer. You have, tailors and weavers. They all constantly have near vision and do not accommodate or look as far, probably, as seen in other professions. Now these people, after a full day's work, notice that the increase in temperature around the eye, and that causes a lot of irritation, burning, and sometimes even allergic manifestations. Here you just need to cool the blood circulation around the eye, and the easiest way is to just take 2 spoons, chill them in the refrigerator for 15 minutes, and then just cup your eyes with that. That should immediately cool down the temperature and give you a lot of relief. The other thing, age old, is cold cucumber. You just take slices of cucumber, cool them and apply it. That also works extremely well. Even cool aloe vera gel. It applied in circular motion from inside outward can give a very good cooling effect, plus drain the lymph or the fluid that is collected below the eye. The third, fourth, and the fifth things that I'm going to talk about today in home remedies is eye exercises. Now first I'll talk about eye bags. Now eye bags is one due to poor circulation around the eye. Now to increase the circulation and increase the drainage of water, there are simple exercises recommended generally by ophthalmologists to do it, especially if you feel that your eyes at the end of the day, at the end of a working day, feel very tired and the bags increase. Very simple. You can use your ring finger, press it, the inner corner, the inner canthus of the eye, go around on the bone, go upwards, come back and drain again once here. When you reach this point, that's where the duct is connecting the eye to the nose. So the drainage happens very well, and you can just press it over there. The drainage is complete. You can do this multiple times, say about 10 to 20 times at the end of your working day. You can use aloe vera gel to aid movement of your fingers, and that will cool down the eye, also increase the blood circulation. The other drainage exercises that you can do, very simple again. You can take your index finger here and very gently go along your cheekbones to the ear, right just where the ear is connected to the face. Press it in that area very gently though, and repeat the process. This also helps in drainage of lymph in that particular area, reducing the pressure, and circulation around the eye improves. So these are the 2 exercises that you can do for lymph drainage, especially when you see bags. But one excellent exercise is there, especially when you are, during your work hours, if you feel that the eye feels strained and you still need to continue working, is palming of your eyes. Works well. Here it improves the blood circulation and rests the eye, helps in repair too. The only thing that you need to do is just increase the temperature of your palms by friction or by rubbing it. The minute you realize that the temperature has increased, you can use the base of your palm touching to the cheekbone and cup your eye like that. Let the eyes feel the warmth of your palms. You will feel very, very good because the circulation has improved. You can keep it like that for a count of about 20, so around 20 seconds. Re-warm your palms and do it once again. You can do this multiple times. You can do it even during your regular routine hours of work, because that will help increase the circulation and keep your eyes fresh. Remember, if you can, don't forget to accommodate. What do I mean by accommodate? So when you are reading or looking for very long time, say about every 25 to 30 minutes, for 5 minutes, look far ahead to the horizon, maybe from a window or a balcony, as far as you can. The eye muscles then contract and expand, and in that process, the blood vessels which pass through those muscles drain easily. So this will also freshen up your eyes, reduce the heaviness, as well as improve the blood circulation. Once you get more oxygen flowing under the eye, repair is much better, much faster. So these are the few things, 5 tips that you can do at home to improve the blood circulation and reduce the under eye bags. But then comes pigmentation. So much of pigmentation is seen nowadays in most of us under the eye, and we generally resort to concealing or color correcting or application of BB and CC creams to cover them. But there are certain solutions that are available. Yes, and I will begin with over-the-counter solutions that are very easily available in our market, just that you need to be smart when you pick them up. The first thing that I would recommend is retinol-based creams or vitamin A. The reason being, retinol not only reduces the pigmentation or diffuses or disperses the pigmentation, it also improves collagen production and prevents collagen degradation. Now with this, you are not just taking care of the pigmentation, but you're also strengthening the skin under the eye, and that helps in reduction of lines and wrinkles too. So it's not just curing, but it's also preventing further aging signs. So retinol based creams, extremely good. You do get them over the counter. Just check. Don't forget that when you use a retinol at night, use it only at night. The next day morning, don't forget to use your sunscreen. Very important. The second is vitamin K based creams. Now, why is this important? This is generally used in people who have bluish or gray color pigmentation, and that is because of fragile blood vessels. When the capillaries under the eye are very fragile, they open up and the blood settles or collects around that area. At that time, what happens is that, you start noticing bluish pigmentation there. Vitamin K helps reducing that. It takes away the hemoglobin or hemosiderin that gets deposited under the eye. So it really reduces the dark circles caused by blood extravasation. So do that always. Vitamin K creams, especially if you have bluish pigmentation. The third, very interesting, is caffeine based creams. You again get good under eye roll-ons and creams which have caffeine. Now here caffeine works extremely well. As I said initially, it helps in reducing the oxidation process that happens. So it is an antioxidant. It helps protect you from ultraviolet light, as well as it gives you the freshness and the radiation. So your eyes look bright and very healthy. So caffeine based creams, again, very good. If you have brownish color pigmentation, then it's more melanin production. So then try and pick up creams which are lightening, which have lightening agents in them. Hydroquinone is one of the best lightening agents that I have seen. Although in India we do not get too much of hydroquinone over the counter, so you might have to get a prescription. If you want over-the-counter, lightening agents are very simple. You get kojic acid, you get grapeseed extract, you get arbutin, mulberry extract, licorice. All these, if present in a good amount in your over-the-counter creams, do try them for lightening. The fifth and the most important over-the-counter cream, do not forget, is your sunscreen. Trying all these things which are there above will help you, but without a sunscreen, you will never see long-lasting results. So a sunscreen to apply even if you're at home, morning and afternoon. Don't forget, when you apply the entire face, your eyes are a part of the face. So please do apply around the eyes. These are absolutely safe even if it enters the eye. So don't forget to do that. Now the 5 next are the lifestyle changes. I really want to talk about that today because I think prevention is always better than cure when it comes to these conditions where you can't completely treat or cure them. First is, of course, enough sleep. Very important. About 7 to 8 hours a day for an adult is extremely important. So I think you should look into that and see to it that you get good night's sleep. The second, I can't emphasize more, is fluid intake or water. It is very, very essential, not just for our skin, hair, but all the organs of our body, although we don't see them, so we don't know the damage that happens. But dehydration of our body is very, very difficult to manage later. And actually, this is one of the causes of future damage to that organ, including the skin, including under eye. Under eye, of course, gets dehydrated much faster because there's not much connective tissue to hold the water. So you need to drink water, you need to stay hydrated. As a doctor, if I have to check for dehydration in a patient, I always look under eye. If under eye feels very, very dry and the snap test is positive, where I touch and I feel that the skin is dehydrated, I know that the patient needs saline. So this is one of the tests. So remember, don't forget drinking at least 2.5 to 3 liters of fluids, which includes all fluids and water each day. The third is reduction in salt. Many a times we take a lot of salt over the cooked food, like in salads and in juices, and eat snacks with preservatives. All these are very high in salt. Now salt tends to cling to water. It actually absorbs a lot of water, and that is why the body gets dehydrated. So remember, reduction in salt intake should really help reduce not just your need of water, but in a day, probably if you've had less of fluids, it does not show. Especially for perimenopausal and menopausal women, remember to reduce the salt intake. In your diet, another few things, I've been repeating this on and off, but I think it's very important, is introducing increased iron-rich food. Iron is very important. Reduction in iron or anemia again can cause under eye dark circles. So beetroot, spinach, green leafy vegetables, dates, apricots, very good in iron. Please do consume them. Diet rich in vitamin C, all citrus fruits, everything that is orange, red in color, extremely good in vitamin C. Vitamin C is not only an antioxidant, but it also promotes more collagen subsequently, and it promotes something called hyaluronic acid, which holds water. So the lines and wrinkles that appear become less. Yes, water also includes tea, coffee. Isha, the only thing about tea, coffee is that if taken in excess, that itself dehydrates our body. So in moderation, tea, coffee, soup, juices, everything is included in the fluid, which is 2.5 to 3 liters of water. But just remember, high caffeine intake can itself dehydrate our body. Also, the last most important lifestyle change is cut on your alcohol and quit smoking. Alcohol, like excessive tea and coffee, can dehydrate our body. And that's when you're going to notice that the next day your under eye dark circles are really looking bad. We call them the raccoon eyes. It's because of complete reduction in water under the eye, and the darkness just pops out. Smoking, of course, one of the biggest problems for many reasons to have skin problems, and under eye dark circle is no exception. Nicotine is known to constrict our blood vessels, and under eye blood vessels are so tiny that if there is constriction, then there is hardly any repair, and aging then starts right under the eye with fine lines and wrinkles. So avoid that. The last, I'm going to talk about treatments that you can take at a doctor's clinic for under eye pigmentation or bags. They are all generally US FDA approved, and the doctor, if has the right machines, can do a wonderful job. We begin with glycolic peels or chemical peels. These peels are nothing but an excess or stronger retinol, vitamin A, or it is a stronger alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy acid. These, when put in that exact concentration for that exact amount of time, we can subsequently reduce the dark circles if you improve on your lifestyle. The second, it's a very, very nice treatment, especially for under eye bags. It's called the ultrasound treatment, where, as I showed you the exercises for lymph drainage, this does the lymph drainage using an ultrasound method. Ultrasound is very safe, which is why one can use it around the eye, and it works beautifully. Yeah, Janita, I just got your question, which is better, tea or coffee? There isn't anything better or not better, because it's basically your choice. The only thing you have to remember here is either of them should not be taken in excess. So either two cups of tea or 2 cups of coffee a day should be fine. Both have caffeine, and that caffeine in moderation actually really helps our body, helps our eyes too. Okay, so ultrasound done regularly at regular intervals will help drainage and reduce the under eye bags. The third very interesting treatment is called the microneedling. This has become now very popular in the West, and it's picking up in our country too. we see, microneedling really helps because it improves the blood circulation and it also promotes collagen. So people with scars under the eye, fine lines, wrinkles, microneedling shows you immediate and much faster results which are long lasting because it helps you reduce your lines and wrinkles. Yeah, Shalu, how many treatments you need for ultrasound? So ultrasound, Shalu, is more like going to the gym. So each time, you need to do initially more regularly so that the bags reduce. But if your bags are genetic or if you're not ready to improve your lifestyle, you might have to keep going once a month to do it. But parallelly, while you're taking the treatment and if you improve your lifestyle and have good home care, I think you can stop it after 8 to 10 sessions. Yes, Isha, mobile waves can cause problem to under eye. Any idea how much it affects? So it typically doesn't affect so much the eye, Isha, the waves. But yes, of course, if there is constant near vision, when you're using a mobile, there's constant near vision. That near vision can cause a lot of problem to the eye because it reduces the blood circulation around the eye. So that's what you need to check, while you are seeing that. So microneedling is one thing that can really help. For all these treatments, at any given time you have questions, please do write to me, even post this so that I can explain to you in details. The last is radio frequency. Now, radio frequency is a method that we surgeons would use in our in the OT for quite some time to reduce or coagulate certain blood vessels. Now, if you have a lot of bluish discoloration and your veins are visible, radio frequency can reduce that by coagulating or constricting those vessels which are more superficial. So that also can help reduce especially the bluish discoloration. And last but not the least, my most favorite is under eye fillers. So these are basically hyaluronic acid which when injected under the eye, especially when there is a depression or a hollow, it actually comes up so beautifully, so naturally that it looks so good and you probably, look 5 years younger. This hyaluronic acid again holds a lot of water. So when it holds more water, the effect of dehydration is not visible. Your lines and wrinkles start reducing because of shadowing. When there is a hollow, there's a lot of shadowing caused by the eyebrow. So that shadowing also reduces because the skin is lifted up. So you get a very good visual under eye once you can fill up those hollows using fillers. And last but not the least, we've started using very, very diluted doses of botulinum toxin under the eye and around the eye to reduce the very, very fine lines and to open up the eyes. So that also can be done. But remember to do all these with a dermatologist with a lot of experience and knowledge. Always check the creams that you use, pick up the right brand, turn it around, as I said, check the active ingredients and only then start using it around the eye. Yes, Isha, how long do the fillers last? The fillers last on an average up to a year, and then post that you need a touch-up or a repeat because this is also hyaluronic acid which gets degraded in the body. It's a natural process. So we need to refill it after a year. Yes. So these were the few tips that I wanted to give for under eye. Next time, what I'm going to cover is not just under eye, pigmentation and go into details, but I'm also going to talk about how to conceal these under eyes. That's also an art because when you start using a concealer, many a times you notice that your lines are becoming more prominent or sometimes the color actually stands out even more. So how do we take care of this and how do we take care of under eye at night? So these are the two things I'm going to cover next Wednesday. So please join me once again. And if you've liked this video, please do like me and please send me your suggestions for anything new that you want me to talk about. Thank you very much and see you next Wednesday. Bye.